Hey.
Hey.
Coffee and a Podcast. Who are you?
I'm Cherylannchapman.
No, you're Cleopatra.
I'm Cleopatra. You're like, why do we have Cleopatra here?
I'm Iris Forcier. We're Coffee and a Podcast, and we're on mini-sode 18.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about insomnia and sleep hygiene and whatever else we want to talk about.
And you're like, then why is she dressed as Cleopatra?
Yeah, well,
that was our
episode 18.
Episode 18.
She killed it.
Cleopatra.
Yeah, and she was a badass.
She was a badass.
Yeah,
Good
we
badass.
were just chatting about that after the episode. She was amazing.
She's amazing. And then she was giving more detail. I didn't learn a lot more about her daughter. She had twins, and then another. She had 4 kids, but yeah, where.
But anyway,
and her name was Cleopatra.
Yeah, there were so many Cleopatras. It's like.
Yeah.
I guess that was the way they could get their, even though their, what did you say, their lineage stopped.
Yeah.
But they tried with the names, Alexander the Third, the Second, the Fourth, whatever.
Crazy.
So what happened to me is that I haven't been sleeping
Well, this weather's kind of hard because it goes
the
hot,
weather
cold,
matters.
hot, cold.
No, that does not
Doesn't
affect
bother
my
you?
sleep.
Oh,
I think
does me.
I went and did we talk about this last time? I went and did a sleep study and they hook you up. It was awful. If you have, I think I did mention that.
Yeah.
If you have anxiety, ask to go home with a machine. Don't let them wire you up.
I went home with the machine because I wouldn't. My insurance wouldn't allow the other. They just
dreadful.
They get everything in the cloud.
Yeah.
They're like, your heart stops 69 times in 20
Right.
minutes. Or
so
I'm
I think I'm not
goodness.
having restorative sleep, and this is my
I know
second
I'm
time
not.
around. So I pick up a machine this week.
Good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm not excited because, who likes, I'm not going to do the mask. I don't think I'm going to do the nose pillows again. But they have a new squishy one that kind of squishes on your nose. Versus stuffed up your nose. This one kind of stuffs and envelops your nose.
Huh.
And you can get a chin strap to keep your mouth shut. I guess it's that muscle in your throat that, with evolution, we didn't... our muscle didn't get strong enough for us to keep it open, I guess, breathing wise is what.
So that's some people probably have the way it's back there is different.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people.
Congested. I have sleep apnea. That's why I'm always so happy.
Yeah, you got it.
We're working on that too.
Yeah, and it affects the heart. And I've had heart failure, so I can attest to that. It does make a difference. And some people actually die because they don't use their sleep machine or they don't use it enough. And what it was explained to me, the heart stops beating, and it has to restart, not beating, but it has to restart every time there's not enough oxygen going through. And it's a lot of workout for your heart.
But I just shared with you that I got results back from blood tests.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is my carbon dioxide in my blood higher than normal, which wasn't good.
Right.
And I found out that what happens is you're breathing out the carbon dioxide is what we breathe out. Mm-hmm. And if you have sleep apnea, which he's like, yeah, you do. Let's go start working on that.
Right.
That since you don't get that carbon dioxide out, it sits in your lungs, gets in your blood. So I have too much carbon dioxide, which is not good.
Crazy.
And
that
so
is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
So kind of poisoning my lungs, I guess. So that's why we're talking about insomnia and sleep and figuring it out.
For me, I went to sleep at about I don't know, I probably fell asleep around 8:45 last night. I was really tired. But then I wake up at 1 a.m. and then I'm wide awake and I couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah, so I've been awake since 1 this morning and tried to go back to sleep. And then my tinnitus kicked in and then it was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And I'm like...
So what's tinnitus again?
It's that whooshing sound or ringing sound in your ears.
Oh, yeah, I have it right now.
Yeah, and it's loud.
I usually don't... That usually doesn't bother me.
Mine had subsided, though. Mine had subsided and... all of a sudden, I was trying to get comfortable, trying to get to sleep, and it struck again. And
Be quiet up there.
Yeah, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
You're loud. And you're
Can you
charting.
evict it? Convict him.
Yeah.
Evict him out of your head.
Evicting you.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
But
okay.
yes.
That's good to know.
So insomnia is tough, and a lot of people don't realize they have sleep apnea, and you should get tested. And I talk to people and they automatically say to me, I don't want this thing on my face. I'm claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic. But I also want to live and I want to be healthy. My husband uses a machine and he couldn't live without it because he has extreme sleep apnea. Like I had to rush him to the hospital when we got back from a trip because he was falling asleep like all day at work, like he'd be talking to you and the next
like
thing
sleep out, like a narcolism,
similar
narcolepsy,
but, but worse. Like, and I thought he was having a stroke. I was ready to give him nitroglycerin, but no, I'm glad I didn't. But he, and it's just extreme. His is extreme, and because they babble, and he would sleep talk. He would he'd be awake, talking to you, and then all of a sudden he'd be sleeping and talking, and he couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, it was really bad. He was in between.
I can see where you think it was a stroke.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, is he having a stroke? Is he not getting enough oxygen to his brain? And he clearly wasn't. So machines can be good for people, and I didn't want to go back and do it either. But it's like I also want to be healthy again, and I want to get some sleep.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not that I need more sleep. I think it's that I need
restorative sleep. So there's a difference. You're 100% correct. So you want to. That's why we're bringing that. We're
not
like,
entering into that. I think there's 4 different stages or whatever.
I don't get into that one at all.
I don't either.
I know I don't.
So it's amazing that we're both here because we haven't slept.
Yeah, I know.
At Coffee and a Podcast, we just got some coffee
exactly.
And we're good to go.
Cheers. Cheers. My little puppy cup.
I have, and so I've had some. This is my second cup. So sleep hygiene too. There's things you can do, and I think you had addressed this ones. You just
I forgot. She mentioned to me. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just things you can do for your bedroom, to make it more peaceful. Whether it's blackout curtains or whatever works.
Clutter.
For you. Yeah, that
scent.
Yeah, no scent for me, unless it's like a light lavender. But something, no candles for me. I don't. No. But I like that spray that you had given me one time. Lavender pillow mist. That was pretty impressive.
Nice. Yeah, and then I just got patchouli. Patchouli.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Patchouli is a great smell.
Oh, that's a
very calming.
Smell
I like it. It's very pretty. But yeah, you're right. There's so many things that go into sleep. Lighting.
Yeah. Color of things. Like I'm affected by color. Some people are affected by sound. We got a new fan, and it doesn't make the white noise sound. And I'm like, is the fan on? I miss the sound of the old fan now because this one's so quiet.
Wow.
It's ridiculous how quiet it is.
So for those of you that want to know, just reach out to us. You can...
a quiet fan?
Well, no, let's say they could email us at coffeeandapodcast3 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And then we can let you know what fan that was, what fan that is. That's really quiet.
Any of the old ones are noisy, but the new one, it was at Costco. It was like, I got it on sale too, and now it's $149. It's a shark. No, a shark. I'm not sure. And it was $149, and it had a rebate, and I got that, and now it's gone back up to $149, so it's $149.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's worth it. So if you have an issue with noise, but you want the fan, then this is actually something to go check out.
Right?
So,
Yeah, but I kind of miss that sound. Yeah. Now there's no sound, and I'm like, except for my husband's machine. And then I'll have to get a machine so I can hear the sound.
Well, I was joking with my mate, and I said, "Oh yeah, if I get a machine, then I have to go in the spare room and sleep." And he's like, "Oh, that's fine. I get the whole bed to myself." Because apparently I'm a bed hog, which I'm like, I sleep on the edge. What are you talking about? So
that's funny.
So then he's like, "Oh, I'm all down for that." I'm like, "You're a brat."
Well, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, today we have 2 quotes for you because we did insomnia, which is what I'm suffering from. And I'll work on it. I mean, I might need some kind of thing to make me go to sleep, perhaps.
Right. Well, you can do teas. So that's where she wanted to bring this up, because you first, if you're having trouble sleeping, why are you having trouble sleeping?
Right.
Is it stress related? Is it food related?
Probably.
Is it health related? Probably.
Probably.
So then go through, and then the things that you can look at, your blackout curtains, your noise, your smells.
There's another thing too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about younger people, but for older people, I mean, for myself, I'm older, and as I've gotten older, it's like your body needs more sleep sometimes and less sleep other times.
It's true.
And you're like wide awake going, okay, I don't want to go back to sleep. It hurts my neck. It hurt, why do I need to lay down so much? When you get older, it changes. So
it does.
Every time is different. So these great quotes, though, this is always in the day with a positive thought. This might help you sleep.
Yeah.
No matter how hard things were, tomorrow is a fresh opportunity to make it better.
That reminds me, on your quote, I'm sorry, electronics. So they say, don't be looking at your phone right before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And then move your electronics, if you can, to the other side of the room so you don't feel that energy from them, because that will disrupt your there's a word for that. Your sleep. The hertz and that. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this thing on Instagram. There was this guy, this Japanese guy. He had this big drum flat thing, and he put salt on there, and then he did like a tool, like a specific tool. He had different ones, and the salt would come together and create like shapes from the sound, from the hertz. What you're talking about? Oh,
yeah, I didn't have it
and then he would do another one, and I was like, oh, maybe that would work for me. Maybe it would rearrange my brain.
There's so much. She's clicked on something we're now learning more and more about. I forgot to tell you, the hertz.
Yeah.
I listened to it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a hertz, so you can buy CDs that it's the hertz waves that are for healing.
Yeah.
For anxiety. And it's music, but it's in the tones that give your body the healing.
And you feel it. Like when I was listening to him do that, I was like, oh, I wonder if all the things in my body are rearranging or happy, because it seems to be being affected by just listening to this. I'm not salt, or maybe I'm a little salty.
Are you salty?
Got some salty tears here, but I thought, wow, that's powerful.
Well, that's why I like the monks and meditation and all of that is and finding a place in the it's to get you in that. So you guys might say, it's a bunch of hogwash, but there really is scientific health evidence that show what she's talking about is really important.
Same with positivity. If you look at it, like when we talk about this, like with water, and you've seen the shapes of all, like if you play different types of music, and the sound and the water will go into different shapes.
Yeah.
And you think about your body and what sound does or music does. But for everyone it's different, for sure.
No, that's very
or
true.
if you tell your body positive things, it might,
That's another thing too. So this is what, like, we're scratching the surface on. If you have insomnia, to start with, these, start looking at those things and seeing. Yeah, it could be something easier than you thought. And you're like, oh my gosh, thank you, Iris. I just changed. I got magnesium into my body. Oh, and now I'm able to, because I got to work on getting better foods into my body. More better. Can you tell my head? Anyway, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's important.
So your energy is a privilege. Be mindful about who has access to it. And this is just a general thing. I wish I could go like this and make that bigger.
Oh, I can get a little...
Anyway, that's
But
fine.
those are from where? From Positive...
Positive Energy _plus on Instagram. But this is actually from someone else.
Yeah.
That
doesn't say it down here at all?
No, it says it here, and it's so small.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I can do that. But it's... we let road rage and...
Yeah.
The peaceful page. At the peace... at
your
the
peaceful
peaceful
page.
page.
Yeah.
It's just a reminder to don't sweat the
small stuff.
Just
yeah.
just
It's hard. It's
really
hard
hard. You
living
get
in harmony.
caught up and someone
Yeah.
cuts you off, and the next thing
Yeah.
you know, you're flipping them off. Well, maybe not.
I think today we're discovering Cherylann's.
Well, no,
road rage.
I only get to that point
No.
when I get
No,
so
I get there too.
tired,
Yeah.
malnutritioned,
Right,
with the right, vitamins.
Yeah.
Your stress level. It takes a lot to get me to that point, and I don't like to do that because I don't like that part. But when people are deliberately not nice, and it's kind of like, come on, people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But we're nice, and
We're
you
nice.
should be nice too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
be kind. And we're gonna sign off.
good to
and
yourself.
I'm gonna go and take a nap.
I think I am too. That sounds
Yeah.
like a great. We're gonna cheers on that. Have a great day, people. Coffee and a podcast. See you next time.
Thank you.
Ciao.